Take-Two Interactive
Mm-hmm.
um, just bought Zynga for the largest gaming acquisition in history. So the other
Mm-hmm.
year, a couple years ago, Microsoft made a pretty big move and bought ZeniMax, owns Bethesda for I think
Yep.
7 billion,
Yep.
and that kind of really shook things. This isn't going to shake the gaming industry because the gaming industry doesn't give a shit about Zynga, but people do, like millions of people do, just out there. So it'll be interesting to see what if what this means for Zynga going forward. If Take Two uses their properties and has Zynga make mobile
Mm-hmm.
things for them, or what exactly. But any
All
thoughts
right.
on this? Is this relative to either of you, Zynga game fans or Take Two?
Know the
Uh,
names and know a couple games, but it doesn't necessarily, shake up my world
Okay.
like this news alone, unless there's, kind of gaming news to go with it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I
Yep.
played Farmville in 2005, I think, and that
Okay.
is the only place that I know the Zynga name for.
Oh
Okay.
God.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm so glad Farmville invites aren't a thing anymore.
my mom still rocks that.
Old school. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I yeah, I mean, it shows you how impactful this
Hmm.
sector is. If it's worth
Yeah.
12 billion, they're going to buy it
Hmm.
for. Um,
But
it's
what are
just
they
one of
gonna?
those.
I'm curious what they're gonna do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's strange because Zynga is all about kind of gotcha games or whatever, the microtransactions. Did they need to be bought? That's the strange thing to me.
Hmm.
Like, why did they need the corporate overlords? Like, I would imagine they're doing just fine themselves, but
Hmm.
I don't know type of
Yeah. I
security
mean,
they're looking for.
it's intriguing if this gets paired with, like I said, some sort of gaming, like actual game news soon.
Mhm,
Otherwise, to me, it's okay.
Yeah,
mhm. I don't know if there's a technology that they own
Right.
or some developer talent that they are looking to tap into or something else, but, do you think that'd just be easier to poach than to just buy the
Bye.
whole thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, Take-Two is, known for their sports games and Grand
Hmm.
Theft Auto.
Hmm.
That's really what that is, and they own, I think, Private Division as well, which makes some other indies and they publish some different stuff. But yeah, it's crazy to think even that the company that really is just known for some sports games and Grand Theft Auto has the cash to
Hmm.
drop 12 billion
Yeah.
on this mobile gaming company. It's crazy.
yeah. I guess I'm probably not educated enough to talk to this intelligently, but I feel like sports games have a huge portion of the market, like are super profitable. So I'm googling right quick, and like the 2K games from Take Two are huge
Hmm.
and have been for forever.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption,
Yep.
BioShock, like those are big. And maybe I'm kind of wondering, like, are they trying to take these to a mobile platform as well?
Yeah.
Mm.
I need that help. NBA 2K on mobile sounds crazy profitable, frankly,
Right.
if you make it
Yep.
work.
Mhm.
What else? They like so, and we're seeing a lot of other games do it. What is the race car soccer game?
Oh,
Um,
Rocket League.
Rocket League
Rocket League. Yeah.
just did Rocket League Swipe, right?
Mhm.
Mm,
I've got that on my phone. I gave it a try because I played Rocket League for a while. It's not for me, but if you're really into it, so
Mhm.
maybe that's where they're trying to go with this.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
people are talking about they've been asking like can we for hardcore gamers quote unquote can there be some way to incorporate mobile to get them involved in that gotcha kind of scheme and because generally a lot of the microtransactions are rejected in core gaming type of or
Mhm.
traditional kind of games um stuff like you bring up Red Dead Redemption. Well, people have talked about like having a companion game or companion app that would let you do sort of menial tasks that you would maybe otherwise do in the game. So maybe you have an app that ties into your save file on your whatever system, and you can like go through and have some conversations around a campfire and cook
Mm,
food and stuff and like chill things that then when you come back and sit down on the console, that save is updated. Those things did happen, but now you can go and have your gunfight or your whatever
Mhm.
um, on on the big screen. And
Mhm.
so other things to be able to talk about with that with games that have mining or things where you grind a lot or whatever, where you can take care of some of those tasks in quick bursts on your phone when you're out and about.
Mhm.
And then I don't know, they incorporate that kind of thing.
World of Warcraft has had that for quite a while now.
Mhm.
So World of Warcraft has a companion app where you can, run things for a while. It was like from the garrison or whatever, whatever your central hub now is. You can send
Mhm.
your people out on missions to do that, and then when you come back, you've got updated materials and or money or something along those lines. So that
Right.
makes sense, and it sounds like a pretty good way to fight Nintendo, frankly, because
Mhm.
that's, this mobile side of thing is what Nintendo has a corner on, right? So
Mhm.
why go about multiple game companies have tried to, or platforms have tried to develop competing mobile platforms and haven't really beat it out, right?
Yep.
So now you just don't even have to develop the hardware. You just go
Mhm.
right into something that already exists and everybody already owns.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt that Nintendo's Switch is a dominant force in the traditional gaming space, but it is in the traditional gaming space. And obviously it's captured the attention of some other people that have not been in gaming for a while. I can think of a couple people personally. So it's great. But yes, everyone has a smartphone. And it's shocking the number of people that do play some kind of game on there or whatever. And when
Mhm.
I was helping my brother in law with robotics and the kids would be in between stuff or whatever, they're always just playing on their phone. They're playing some stupid free game on their phone. It's like you have some it when I was a kid, okay,
Here it
old time
comes.
talk, guys. When I was a
When I
wee
was
lad,
a youth.
yeah.
Hey, hey.
uh, kids obviously didn't have the smartphone, but you would bring your Game Boy then. Some kids were crazy and had the Game Gear, whatever, and then and then eventually, like flip phones, and people would play Snake or whatever. But still, people would then have the other device for a better
Mhm.
experience. And eventually, that got to be the point where, yeah, the phone is good enough for this stuff. For I'm
Mhm.
entertained enough by the phone, and
Right.
so, yeah, Nintendo's system is portable, but just from my experience in the wider world, it seems like really a lot of the youths are content with playing the thing on the flat slab of glass in front of them. So,
Mhm.
Well, and they're getting it at a younger and younger age,
Right.
right? And you're I guess I don't quite understand the logic behind it because they're still crazy expensive to me, but it seems that parents are willing to give their kids a phone, but then a $300 Nintendo Switch is a bit much, or they're worried that
right.
they're going to drop it or break. I've seen more kids with phones than I do Switches, so
Yep.
which
See,
seems nuts to me.
I would be in the spot where I would get my kid at a pretty young age a dumb phone for emergencies,
Yeah, that's
or
just
or
what I
it
was gonna
be
say.
a hand me down smartphone that's completely locked down.
Yep.
It's just for emergencies because
Right.
hey, I'm ready to be picked up from this sport, like
Because
that
that's the
kind of
thing about a
thing.
phone
Yeah.
where, like, you can't call me from a Switch and say, like, "I'm ready. Practice is over, or
I
rehearsal's over,
mean,
whatever.
if
I'm ready to be
Nintendo
picked up."
was in the modern age, you could. But yes, you're
Right.
right. You can't. So, but yeah, I would totally do that. Buy the kid a Switch, play some good old fashioned games, and then you have this dumb phone for emergencies,
Right, a brick,
for a
yeah,
while. Yeah.
that can
hmm
call.
So, and yeah, walk away cheaper
Mhm.
than this. Okay. Well, okay. I'm gonna put that in there. Didn't know if we'd have
Mhm.
anything to say on it or not, but it works in some way.